10 days out if you count today's full day. I'm whispering because it's a little before 8 a.m. and Ken's is still sleeping back there with Blair, so we gotta be quiet. But first things first, throughout the day we'll get our way in and I was not expecting that to be 179. Yesterday I was 181 flat. So we dropped like 2 pounds in one day. Some of that is carb weight because we cut carbs out a little bit, which we'll get into it later. But we're under 180, which was my original goal. And I mentioned that I might go to 178, and it's looking like that might be a thing. So, I don't know. I'm looking pretty lean right now. I'll give you guys a physique update later. But I'm feeling pretty good. It's like I mentioned, just a little before 8 a.m. So, I gotta start my day and log into my 9 to 5 job. But first, gotta start the day with my breakfast, which is obviously a 1 bar and some Mio Energy to get some caffeine and get the day going. So I'll catch up with you guys around lunch for the work day lunch break. 12 o'clock, lunchtime, favorite time of day, time to eat. Let's go grab some lunch. Oh, that's where we're at. Alright guys, so nothing crazy here for lunch. About 9-10 days out. Just 964 ground beef burger with some onions, 647 bread, 2 whole eggs, and spinach. 9 days out, not much has changed, just leftover meat from taco night the other night. And macros basically are the same, except since we are approaching peak week, we're cutting carbs by 80%, so 95 grams of carbs, protein staying the same at 220, fat 50 grams, and the whole point of that is to kind of get one last push, fully deplete my body, and also up sodium by about 20%, so I dumped a lot of salt on this, so that for peak week, starting next Monday, which is about 5 days out, we start introducing carbs and start filling back out. So really only 4 days left of dieting, which is pretty nuts. And given that I woke up at 179 this morning, we're gonna cut back on cardio a little bit. So it'll take me to about like 30 minutes as opposed to the 45 I've been doing. All right, well, we're on a time crunch here for lunch to get back to work, so I'm just gonna enjoy the meal. Kenzie, can you zoom in on this just to show them? It's not the most appetizing thing, but it's super satisfying and appetizing to me. All right, guys, we'll catch up after work for the pre-workout meal, my anabolic ice cream, and then we'll hit the gym with Zach. Alright guys, here we go. The protein anabolic ice cream. Oh my god, favorite time of day. It is just about an hour before we get our workout in. This is the third workout, or sorry, we are 3 workouts. There are 3 workouts left before peak week where intensity drops a ton. So we're hitting RP 5, 6-ish all week. Actually, I lied. I think Monday, Tuesday are normal, but the rest of the week we're hitting RP like 5, 6, so that the body can relax, all the systematic stress can wipe away, and like I mentioned earlier, we start to fill up and really recover for show day. But Anabolic Ice Cream, I'm gonna post the ingredients on screen, a picture of it with the macros. This is the best tasting recipe with consistency and macros in mind. So thickness, taste, macros. This is the best version that I've created thus far. It's going to be a mixture of the xanthan gum, the cashew milk, and the non-fat Greek yogurt that really make that creamy consistency. But I'm going to enjoy the best part of my day. And when I say this, I'm not even joking. Eating this anabolic ice cream is equivalent of me eating a giant DQ Blizzard right now. We're at that stage. So, almost there. All right, we're gonna down the pre-workout meal. Oh, and that brings up a topic. So, there's people that are like, oh, if you should eat at least like 90 minutes to 2 hours before a workout to really take advantage of the food that goes in before your workout, because of all the time it takes to digest, and you really start to feel it. You really start to get energy. I disagree. I think an hour, even 30 minutes, eating an hour to 30 minutes before a workout is fine, especially for me, because even though you might not feel the energy immediately, by the time you get halfway through your workout, like it almost gives me like a second wind. So I get the whole you need to eat an hour plus before a workout, but for me it works an hour to 30 minutes before just fine, because then it helps me power through the rest of the workout. And in terms of my carbs and just timing of what I'm doing, so I'm, like I mentioned, I'm on 95 grams of carbs. About 85% of those I've been loading going or before I get into the gym, because I work out after work, so I'm not in there until about 5:15 ish. So I load all my carbs to get me through the workout, because your work in the gym right now, your performance in the gym is king. If you can't perform, you can't hit your reps, your sets, your weight, then that your likelihood to lose muscle in a deficit just amplifies that much more. So you need to prioritize your workouts. You need that muscle stimulus to keep the muscle around and minimize as much risk to muscle loss as possible. So I've been loading a lot of my carbs before to power me through for performance in the gym, and then a little bit of carbs after with heavy protein to get that recovery. Oh, and before I forget, just to prove the consistency there, you gotta do the head test there. Not a drop, not a single drop. I didn't feel anything, so we're looking good. She thick. So one of my absolute least favorite parts of prep is how cold I am all the time, regardless of how warm it is outside. Like I'm in a hoodie right now, and it's about 72 degrees outside, and I'm freezing, absolutely freezing. Now partially that is due to the ice cream, but the majority of that is due to the low body fat. I remember, I think it was last Saturday, it was 86 degrees out, super humid, and I was in a hoodie and joggers, shaking, absolutely shivering in my car driving to the gym. and I drove there with the heat off, windows closed. Windows were closed. Windows were closed, air was off, and I was driving there like, that's just what happens. Part of prep, when you get below a certain body fat percentage, your body's just freezing. There's no fat for the insulation. It's one of my least favorite parts. But what else is new? Prep just sucks, you know? Why do people do this? Let's go to the gym. Let's go.
All I need is 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes with you. Let me give it a one last shot. Will I ever get through you? Oh, am I wasting my time? Should I leave for the night? It's until at the moment. Can you give me a sign? I'm here trying and trying. I need 10 more minutes with you. So let me know if you gave up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you gave up hope by now. So let me know if you gave up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you gave up hope. I need 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes with you. I just wanna go back home. Can't do this anymore. I can't get through to you. So what the fuck am I fighting for? What all those rumors do? Or were you trying to get a rise out of me? A rise out of me? Oh, I don't wanna make it all about me again. And I don't even know half the things you said. So let me know if you gave up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you gave up hope by now. So let me know if you gave up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you gave up hope. I need 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes with you. 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes.
If you can see that, it's just a little past 8 now. Got the 3-hour gym session in. Work's done, gym's done, cardio's done. Time to work on Dream Fit and time to work on the other business that I'm planning on starting up. But another day is basically down. Oh, and I need to practice posing still. Boy. Oh. At this point of the day, after I get the workout in, I'm absolutely spent. Absolutely spent. But you know, life goes on. Life goes on. The reason I've been spending so much time at the gym is because of cardio, like I mentioned in the last video, I think. But if you're looking to lose weight, you're in a contest, but you don't need to be doing cardio for 45 minutes. A reason that I do so much is because during the day I'm sitting at my desk on the computer basically throughout the whole day, and my total steps are usually about like sub 5,000. So that's why I need to get a little bit more cardio in. If you're someone who's working construction or you're just on your feet all day, you're hitting 10, 15, 20,000 steps a day. You probably don't need to do any cardio. You just can get your deficit from your food. All right, enough sitting in my car and contemplating life. Let's get our post-workout meal in to get the protein in ASAP to stop some of this catabolism. All right, here we go. Last meal of the day. Like I said, 15% of my carbs, which are at 95, are left for the remaining meal. And that's it right there. This one piece of bread and half an onion with 12 ounces of chicken, one full egg, whole egg, and like a couple pieces of spinach. I didn't even count the spinach. And that's it. That's gonna be the last meal of the day. Lots of protein, minimal carb, a little bit of carb to help with recovery. I'm gonna make a sandwich out of this, and we'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, we're wrapping up the night. I just hit my poses for the day. For all of the past week, I've been hitting about 10 to 15 minutes of poses each night right before hit the shower, hit the hay, go to bed. You know, I can't even talk. I don't know if you can tell by my voice, it's even more monotone than it ever has been. If you thought that wasn't possible, well, here you go. Yeah, I've been locking in to get the poses right, because unfortunately poses and stage presence is it's a big factor in bodybuilding and men's physique in general, right? You want to be fluid with them, your transitions, you want to be relaxed, right? So I've been hitting front, quarter turn, which is new to me because NPC didn't have quarter turns. They just had front, back. WNBF has a quarter turn, so that was a new one that I've been practicing. And then the back pose, which also I've read is slightly different than NPC. I've read that some judges want one hand on the hip, and then the one lat sprawled out, because they don't want it to look too much like bodybuilding. I'm not a fan. I'm going double. Hopefully I don't get, point deductions for it. It all depends on the judges, what they care about. And that's just always the case for any of these bodybuilding shows. Who shows up, who the judges are, and their personal criteria. Unfortunately, there's like a little bit of politics that goes into it. Whatever. But yeah, getting back to poses, it's actually super taxing because you have to keep it tight for like 3 seconds each one. You gotta smooth transition, hold 3 seconds, smooth transition, hold 3 seconds. And so for my physical state right now, doing all of that is very taxing. But it's just something that has to be done. So I guess I'll give you a quick, so what I'm thinking for a front pose is just straight on here, lat flared out. You want to bring the shoulders forward, and you want the open hand, you want to be relaxed, right? Open up, and then transition, quarter turn here. These are still work in progress, but something like that. And then you transition to the back. The back one, it needs a lot of work to do, so I'm not going to show you that one. But we'll get it down before June 12th. In terms of physique update, obviously you can see where I am now, but to
finish off the day after meal, after water, after salt, etc. This is what we are looking like. It's pretty cold down here, so all the veins are being sucked in. So you will. Here's the legs, not that we care in men's physique. Decent striations. It looks better in the morning, I guess, except I'm more flat. I don't know. We won't really know until peak week where I reintroduce food, because I don't know how much water is being held onto my body from the systemic stress that's going on, because we've just been pounding for 17 straight weeks, no refeeds, no high carb days, except for maybe one, but we were still in a deficit. So is it really a refeed? Is it a high day? Probably not. So we've been going at it for 17 and a half straight weeks, a little bit left to go. I feel like I'm in a good spot for the show. Keep in mind, if you're new to bodybuilding and just the whole shows in general. So if you're a bodybuilder, wearing the, that thing, you're supposed to be more striated, bigger, and more vascular. Whereas men's physique, you're supposed to be not as striated, but more lean, right? They're looking for narrow waist, broad shoulders, and obviously there's classic physique, which is a mixture of men's physique and bodybuilding. That one's pretty tough hybrid. That one basically is men's physique with the legs, and I don't have the legs, and I generally like just wearing shorts, so I do men's physique. For the show, I'm thinking about wearing these blue ones for the first show, and then summer shredding, I got the Alpha Elite purple, rocking these. Yeah, we saw earlier my morning weigh-in was 179. When I reintroduce carbs, I'm probably gonna be stepping on stage at like 180, which is probably a good weight for me, honestly. 2 years ago when I stepped on stage, I was about 170, 171. So the fact that I'm going to be stepping on stage 10 pounds heavier 2 years apart, being a natural bodybuilder, I think is pretty good. And also given the fact that I probably lost 5 pounds since my deficit has been so drastic, and I just didn't give myself enough time. I obviously did lose some muscle, and I knew that would happen as soon as I realized how overweight I was. By overweight, I mean just over stage weight. Yeah, we're close, guys. We're down over 47, 48 pounds now, and I think things are starting to come together. I think I'm comfortable where I'm at now. Like I said, men's physique, you don't need to be super vascular, super striated, super low body fat. I'm probably sitting at like 7, 6-ish. Everyone wears it differently. I don't know. Is there water? I don't know. So a little bit left. Got a little bit of a grind to go. We're almost there. Alright, time for a Dream Fit plug. So some of you may know, we dropped iconic shred tees this past week. We have Diced Ice, we have Blue Horizon, and we have Sea Glass. Do your boy a favor, support the brand. The brand is all about getting a little bit better each day so that you could achieve that dream, that goal that you've always had, right? Don't let dreams be dreams. And how do you do that? You work at them every single day. So that's kind of my mindset every single day, is wake up. You don't need to conquer, you don't need to climb a mountain every day, but at least take a few steps up the mountain, get a little bit closer to your goal. So that's what the brand's about. If you enjoy this my content, you enjoy kind of that mindset, do your boy a favor, pick something up from the store. Would highly appreciate it. In terms of material, it's a Pima cotton, so it does have a really good stretch to it, and also really soft to the touch. We have kind of a little bit of a split cut at the bottom to give it more of like a beachy lifestyle theme. And we got the logo here, and yeah, it's super soft, super comfortable. It shrinks a little bit in the wash. I wear both a large and a medium. When I shred down and I want it a little bit tighter, I go medium, but when I'm sitting at my kind of comfortable weight at 190, I definitely go a large. But overall, true to fit. Yeah, so that was my Dream Fit plug for the day, and I think that's gonna be it for this video. I'm probably only gonna post one or two, probably one more video before June 12th, and it'll probably be the day before and show day, to really give you guys a little bit more exposure to kind of the process of show day if you're thinking about competing. It'll be a good insight on kind of the preparation that goes into it, right, until the moment you walk out. When I first started competing, I would have enjoyed someone to kind of walk me through what it was going to be like day of. I kind of just signed up and ran right into it, didn't know how to do any poses. I'm pure amateur, and that's fine, you know. Fall flat on your face, just get up, learn from it, do the next thing. Alright guys, gonna wrap it up. I'll catch you guys in the next one. If you enjoy content and been following me through this whole summer shredding process, you know we've been sprinting, you know I've been working my ass off. Do me a favor, give me a like, share, give me something, I don't know. We'll keep the vlog going, and we'll catch up next time. Thanks for watching, guys.